Good evening, girls and boys and chat room decoys. Welcome to the third annual TCaP ReCap, a celebration of the content from last year that bears the stench of TCaP. Of the nearly 90 channels showcased, almost all are from our community. Unfreaking believable. What a weird hobby. It's not an easy one to explain, am I right?
Oh, what are you watching? Oh yeah, I remember that show.
2 days later, it's like,
are you watching that again?
2 months later, you're sporting a patchy beard, set there glued to your monitor, pee bottles taking up all the free space on your desk and the floor around you. You haven't changed your clothes, let alone bathed, and before you know it, your best friends are two guys online named Carl TCaP and Suck or Ride Me. But if you think your hobby is hard to explain as a viewer, think of the lowly creator, scrambling to explain the so-called script written in Lornese on a utility bill envelope, or rationalizing a 68-minute video analyzation of a 6-minute Stinghouse interview, and how to explain the folder on their computer titled Predator Stuff that includes a half-dozen photos of Mr. Penis. But we all suffer, creators and viewers alike. To the best video of the year, I award the coveted Golden Sammy. Why am I the sole decider? Because when we put it to a vote in the past, the winning channel was always Hitler was right. If you haven't guessed, that's not a real channel. And this is why we can't have nice things. 2020 was an amazing year, a literal roller coaster ride, though mostly the lowest part of the ride, the slowest, least fun part. That was 2020. Here to give the year a once-over, our own space case, Factornaut. Good evening, I am Factornaut. 2020 was a shit show from the start. The year opened with Baked Salmon's channel nowhere to be seen. Struck down by a coked-up mandrill with a carrot fetish, the channel would eventually be restored thanks to the help from Miss Dani Gee. Months later, Chris Hansen would apologize for the actions of his web producer. It did little to win back the support of the community, and thanks to his recent sellout of another online community, it is only a matter of time before we never hear his name uttered again. What a shame. The next big storm cloud over our sleepy hamlet was the appearance of COVID-19, a virus that could be wiped out if we could all agree to stay the home for a few weeks, continues to thrive on the human need to drink craft beers in a public setting. On the bright side, the virus no doubt played a significant role in the explosion of new TCaP channels and viewers. All that hunkering down resulted in loads of new content to satisfy our ravenous TCappetite. Last year, too, the community was rocked by some offensive revelations. The first being the exposure of a sad little man who targeted the lovely ladies of TCaP with his inappropriate boner. Joran Comedy's imminent exposure was hastened by the release of a mini-series that documented his ability to be trolled in record time. Last year's other TCaP villain was Ember. In 2020, a concentrated plan to systematically expose her behavior publicly began. But it's no longer 2020, thank Cawd. 2021 is bright with the promise of more collaboration and less separation. All of the videos we will share tonight were released in 2020. Despite the dark clouds that threatened our weird little hobby, the TCaP community seems to have come out the other side even stronger. Thank you, Spaceman, and Godspeed. In summary, make TCaP great again. That's not really... What?
It's the third annual TCaP ReCap with your host, Baked Salmon. We will return after these messages.
Hi, buddy. What's up? I'm Anthony Palumbo. I just stopped by. I'm here to talk to you about the newest offering from the Palumbo breweries. Palum Beer. Made with the finest hops and barley, and none of the contaminants found in other ales on the market. Specifically, no rubber. When me and my other brother decided to go into microbrewing, we agreed on one thing. We wanted to be top. The ale we have created has a flavor so delicate, it requires immediate refrigeration to protect the flavor spectrum.
So the next time you hook up with a decoy, hook them up with something special. Plum beer. Put that in the refrigerator.
Drink responsibly. Don't be a drunk driver at night.
Welcome back to the 3rd annual TCaP ReCap. Who will win the coveted golden salmon? Here's Baked Salmon. Welcome back. To start with, I want to recognize the live streamers that showcased the Lorne calls. I was unable to go through everyone's streams and find places that showcased the individual streamers. I didn't want to have just Lorne speaking. But the Lorne streamers are crucial content. I have included the links to those channels as well below. I just simply couldn't pour through hours of calls looking for the unique bits, and I hope that makes sense. Now, sit back and enjoy an hour of TCaP goodness. Here we go.
One more for sure, and I never again see daylight. I drink a little old milk just for to kill my thirst. And how am I supposed to promote a young man without lots of hot sex first? And Mexicans go.
Oh God. Oh God.
Hello?
Yeah, baby. Look for me and Dan.
Baby, I'll throw it. Hello.
I'm sorry, I love you.
I love you too, but yeah, that's royal. That is royal.
Hero is everything I would like to be. This might be loud, I'm and I could fly higher than an eagle. And you are the wind beneath my wings. You're my hero. You're everything, everything I wish I could be. Oh, and I could die. I can't remember now. Fly.
Oh, you stink!
Fly.
You're watching Positive Vibes with Jeff Stacy.
I'm going to kill myself.
Alright.
Kill myself.
No, you won't.
Yes, I am.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
You feel a little parent?
Doesn't matter, I want to kill myself. I'm going to kill myself and watch myself die.
See you next time on Positive Vibes with Jeff Stacy.
Chris Hansen, commonly known online as the guy who baits criminals and puts them behind bars. He gained quite a bit of notoriety on television in the early 2000s for being a bastion of justice, fearless and daring. That is, until he was fired. And sued, and arrested. So his career in mainstream television had disappeared, and that's when he decided to take the plunge and start afresh, independently, on YouTube, the platform that gives everyone a voice.
He goes through the same procedure. First stop, the booking station.
The hatred that is heaped upon this man.
I went to Atlantic City. 35, 39, 39. We'll see what happens. 35, 39, 39. No, I just stopped by. I'll relax.
No, Robert.
I'll relax.
No, Robert.
I'll relax.
No, Robert.
No, I just stopped by. I'll relax.
No, Robert.
I'll relax.
No, Robert.
No, I just stopped by. Yeah, I know, I did a stupid thing.
Jams.
Rutherford. Rutherford says he had a feeling this was a setup.
Jams.
Rutherford.
Jams.
Rutherford.
I'm prepared for that.
Why did fucking shut this system?
Look, if the lady doesn't want to dance, don't make her dance.
Hey, come on, kid. Move out of the way.
Lauren, calm down.
Ramona, I'm fucking tired of it.
Then why stop there? And at 11:58 p.m., 2 minutes before ringing in the new year on the West Coast, Baked Salmon's channel was taken down with 14 false copyright strikes from Vince & Company. I mentioned that it was 11:58 p.m. on the West Coast because Vince is on the East Coast, meaning that at almost 3 a.m. his time, on the first day of 2020, Vince was celebrating the new year by obliterating a vocal critic. While he sought to mute Baked and I, he certainly had a lot to say to me on New Year's Eve. Never things he would say to my face, or even on the phone when I called him and he refused to answer. This text message tough guy had all kinds of things to say, accused me of being gay, calling me a pedophile, telling me he was going to get me fired from my job, threatening me with a gun, and telling me he wasn't sexually attracted to me. I'm not gonna lie, that last one may have hurt the most.
Sup, ASL? 21, male, Ohio. You? 15, female, Ohio. Do you like older guys? Yeah, if they're cute. You got a pic? Yeah! What do you think? Cute. Smiley face. Would you like to get me naked? Uh-huh. You mean for real? Yeah!
I didn't date anyone. I didn't see anyone because
your poor balls, all dry, empty, and sad.
This 32-year-old guy wants to spend a Sunday
32, just like our boy Joshua.
Afternoon chilling with a 13-year-old girl after texting her about getting stoned.
Oh, here we go. There's the first freaking special effect, just this little image of like smoke getting blown, and then look at the lighting on this and the sound effects. It looks like something out of a Dare ad from the 90s.
Mike Mancy's date is about to go up in smoke.
Chris pun number 1. Freaking cloth car.
When you hear...
Successfully united the Crips and the Bloods within this facility. I simply sat them down and explained who I was, and, well, you know how the rest goes. Well, yes, I do know how it goes, but perhaps you could give us the abridged version so that any viewers who are not aware can be enlightened? Sure, no problem. Basically, I got the two groups to agree to a truce and sat down at a table in the cafeteria where we... Ooh, cafeteria. Ooh la la. Yes, well, so I got them to sit and listen to what I had to say. I explained who I was, how I had risen to fame as a pathetic loser who made an unsuccessful attempt at violating a child, you know. I explained how the whole time I was talking to a perverted justice decoy and didn't even know it. I explained... Oh, how about the chat log? That's particularly cringy. Did you mention that? Yes, the chat log came up. The whole Chris Hansen reveal... weeping in the interrogation room, the whole nine, right? Well, by the end, they agreed to put aside their differences and realized that no matter how much they disagree with one another, regardless of how little they respect one another's gang affiliations, they could all agree that at least they were not me. And that was the common ground that they had been needing if they were ever to mend fences and move forward. Wow. Even the East Side Pyru? Oh, yeah. Well, that is just a remarkable story, Lorne. Great job. Thank you. How about the N-word pass? Is that still in effect?
Cooperate, behave yourself. I appreciate it.
I would certainly appreciate it also. Yes, thank you. All right, Brian. My name is Leslie Floyd. I'm an investigator with the State Attorney's Office in Daytona Beach, and I'm here assisting the Flagler Beach Police Department. And Investigator Williams, I think you met her out in the hallway when she was just making sure you didn't have anything on you. Okay. All right, that's who that was. She's going to get some paperwork right now, so I'm just gonna...
I made a mistake.
Chris concludes the investigation by showing his footage to the children and the parents he had interviewed in the beginning. A largely unnecessary piece of the narrative, but it does add useful guides for parents who want to keep their kids safe. Of the 18 men involved, only one was arrested, the firefighter, eventually receiving 5 years probation for his crimes. The show was a critical success, receiving an Emmy nomination, but compared to the other entries, it left much to be desired. The sting seemed generally disorganized. Chris's signature style of bringing viewers along for the ride as a crime was committed just didn't feel as immersive as it did with the Cambodia investigation earlier in the year.
He went right for the apple pie. I'm sure the decoy asked for apple pie. Or maybe she didn't. That'd be even fucking weirder if I gotta read this guy's chat log. Maybe she didn't ask for apple pie. He just brought it. which is a fucking weird thing to bring, but consider it, I guess.
When you're chasing that sweet, sweet internet fame, behavior be damned. Nah, gonna be Twitter famous. You see, Vinny decided that he wanted to try and make a series of edgy jokes on the self-proclaimed god of the internet and resident rancid onion at the expense of his professionalism and credibility. Most of it wasn't really provided too much attention due to the fact that it was the same joke every single time. How many times can a 44-year-old man claim a 34-year-old man has a baby carrot for a penis before it starts to devalue the joke?
These jokes are not meant to be funny. Jesus Christ.
Holy man, look at that. It is literally standing up on its own. He said something. You want a picture of it? You want a picture of it? You want a picture of it right now? That was the perfect time.
Separate. That's pretty cool, right?
Oh my god.
Calm down, Lauren. Grab half a ball of your dough, along with some extra Lauren olive oil, and a damp marriage contract, and let the dough rise again for just an hour. Oh, we got more guests. Hey, Rabbi K, you want to give me a hand making the pizza sauce?
Okay.
Look at this. My closet is filled with just a shit ton of boxes, padding, dude. This is not good. Did Chris ever told you what was the first video he saw from you? We'll let you in on a little secret, guys. Before I did the interview with him, I was obviously on a call with him. The night before is the first time I had talked to him before the interview. There wasn't really much said there. It was just pretty much like, this is what it's going to be, blah, 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 business shit, you know? Right before we went live, there wasn't much said either. And I don't expect Chris to be like, dude, episode 6, fucking banger. Obviously not, you know?
So that's what he's talking about. He had already seen that show. And then, unfortunately, he himself ended up in the position where he was on it. So, and he's saying that and now you know he regrets that. He really regrets it now. He regrets going.
These weirdos will bring groups and
Groups? I don't remember those.
and stuff.
And what?
Do you have anything like that in your car? No. Would you mind if we looked in your car? I'll be honest with you, everything that's in it, as far as I know. Well, what I'd like to do is get you to say it's okay for us to look in your car. Yeah, it's fine. Because we want to verify that you didn't bring nothing to kill her or anything.
Oh, wow.
The only bad things I brought was my electric razor. Because she said she wanted to be shaved down there, and I don't know why I did that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hey, this episode is brought to you by coffee. Alright, I'm drinking coffee. I'm thinking, did I hear that correctly, though? I think I did. He said that he brought actual razors with him, so... I mean, that could be considered dangerous, but in this sense, I don't think that he was going to try to do harm with the razors, as in that. But he did say that he was going to do, I believe that he said he planned on shaving. That's I wonder what that would consist of exactly, because of course that is inappropriate, of course. But, wow, shaving.
And I think
kind of narrate it for you guys, man, because this is for real, and this is actually a serious topic. He was bringing her back to his fucking apartment. His apartment? Why? Why? Maybe he had some shit built up in Maine. Maybe he had a bunker in Maine. They were gonna fucking hightail it back to Maine, and everybody's gonna be looking for his ass in fucking Memphis. You know what I'm saying? his apartment's abandoned. That's why he didn't have shit in his apartment, because he was about to book it the fuck out of there, guys. Damn, I should have got to that earlier. That would have been a good hook. But look, man, that's what I think. I think he maybe had a bunker or some shit built up back in motherfucking Maine, and he was gonna hightail it out of there with Kayla and kidnap her and carry out the fucking basic plot of this book. Now let me read you the plot of this book again, kind of, and just try to stay with me, man. If you don't like this video, throw me a thumbs down and just tell me to fuck off. But bam, otherwise stick to your seat, man, because I'm gonna get somewhere with this. Boom. Okay, so this guy Clegg, this is all in England or something, so I understand that's why they probably have all these weird names, like pointing with my finger again.
Smokey was born on a farm in the haystack of a little red barn. He was a curious little kitten at 8 weeks old, and it frustrated his mother that he never did as he was told. I'm gonna suspect that Smokey and Lauren may have a lot in common. This reminds me of those posters, like, hang in there, baby. Lauren's cellmate, like, drawing posters. That's a nice little tree limb, though. He did a nice job on there.
May 4, 2011, Edward Hollingsworth says, Haley Reinhart tonight, slated tonight on American Idol. Loved you and House of the Rising Sun, my new favorite to win it all. This is a broken tweet by TT. He says, tonight, slated tonight on American Idol. That is a broken sentence there, TT. May 5, 2011. J-Lo didn't sing live tonight. Why? Because Pitbull was in Houston tonight at the Hot 95.7 Cinco de Mayo celebration. Okay, again, I don't have anything to say about that, really, okay? It's just TT just thinking that, hey, everyone knows what you're going to talk about. TT, you should have known that 10 years from now, someone would be reading these tweets back.
That's what she said on the phone.
That's what she said on the phone.
And let's check out his outfit, why not? So he's got the new Yeezy 350 fucking Super Mario sneakers going on. The Schneens. He's got blue jeans on. Pretty staple piece of any wardrobe. And then he's got a red sweater and a red hat. People call him the Super Mario Predator. And I've never seen it. Just because he's got a mustache and a red hat. Okay, I can't. Yeah, okay, I actually kind of see it. But
school dropout, no graduation day for you. Rapist school dropout, won't admit what you try to do. Well, at least you could have taken time to tell them your intentions after spending all that data to send pics of your erections. Lonely, get moving. Baby, get moving. Why keep on telling all those lies? What are you proving? You'll be an RSO for life if you're honest with your PO and you follow all their rules. Maybe then they'll let you finish with grade school.
Guy walks into an office supply store, says, where do you keep your finger indexers? You know, for flipping through papers? And they say, oh, we don't have those here. You're going to have to go to your nearest local adult bookstore. Oh, come on, he was joking. You suck! You got a heckler in there? You got a heckler in the crowd?
Hello, everyone. This has to be Lauren's favorite fish. Beer batter caught.
Look at the two of you dancing that way, lost in the moment in each other's face. So much in love, you're alone in this place, like there's nobody else in the world.
You want a water? Anything?
Do you want a water or anything? Do you like want a water or anything? Do you want a water or anything?
Good evening.
You what? Okay, you really have me pushy. That's my girl. Yeah, I'm popping your cherry, honey. Come on, Kayla Marie. I'm trusting you 13-year-old pussy, baby.
I need to see a psychiatrist because of the way everything's going in my life.
That's like cool. Would you like me to go out in the truck and get my stuff?
I don't know.
No? You don't want your thing right now? Present I gave you?
No, sir.
I think it's pretty. It's very pretty.
Yeah.
Cool. I never really was gonna do anything.
Well, I don't think it's that bad on the wall. I don't care. I mean, I'd like to kiss you, but...
Defendant was filmed by a hidden camera and was quickly approached by NBC Dateline correspondent Chris Hansen, who began to question defendant. When asked by Hansen, "What are you doing here?" Defendant replied, "Not something good. This isn't good." Hansen referenced the chat log and confronted him about the appearance that defendant was setting up a meeting with a 13-year-old boy. Defendant made incriminating statements such as, "You know I'm in trouble, I know I'm in trouble." So he 100% knew that he was doing something wrong when he walked into this house. So the whole, "Oh, I thought they were mature. Oh, I thought they wanted me to come over. Oh, blah blah blah," the usual pedo excuses. Yeah, none of that really applies because Rabbi David K knew he was doing something naughty here.
Lauren would be like, basically like, he'll ask a question and keep pressing it until he gets the answer he wants. You know, it is a grooming tactic, but I just think it's a little bit like with Safraz Khan, his was a little bit weird because he was talking about, you know, trying to force the decoy to tell him that he looked like he's 17 years old. But, you know, Lauren's is a little bit different. Like, he's trying to force questions. I remember reading the chat log like 2 years ago. He was asking about like he wanted her to like kiss a pimple on his butt or something, and then he like just was forcing her to try to answer it in the way he wanted, which is so fucking creepy.
You want to explain yourself?
Not really. I never really was going to do anything.
You weren't really going to do anything?
No.
So you brought condoms. What else did you bring?
I brought her a bracelet.
A bracelet. And she is how old?
She's supposed to be 13.
Supposed to be 13. And how old are you?
37.
37. You have kids?
Today. No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I've got nieces, though,
Nieces.
that I think the world of.
Yeah, you talk about your nieces in the chat here. And you talk about how you like to spoil the nieces and how you would like to spoil this 13-year-old girl like you spoil your niece.
No, are you? I know you're not trying to like be my friend, but you seem like a nice guy. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm not.
And that's.
I don't want like.
I have. Believe me, like I said, I've been this.
I wanna be your friend, Mr. Policeman, Mr. Policeman. Will you be my friend, Mr. Policeman, Mr. Policeman? How many think Mr. Policeman is his friend? Nobody? So I like hanging out with you guys. Big brains up in here. Big brains up in the chat.
A long time. I'm not sitting here judging what you're doing.
Never forget who believes in you. Don't like those melting eyes, Mr. Pain. Mr. Pain. He's always alone, he's alone all the time. Did you text back? Do you lie? He'll make an appeal, but everyone steals. But his pot pies were all ill-gotten meals.
Who try to meet kids online.
I wouldn't want to be, oh boy.
And you can walk right out the door you came
in.
Should I ask him, like, oh, what channel, do you know what channel NBC is on? 35, 39, 35.
He quickly leaves the house and is startled by the police.
I think why he, tried to yeet himself down those steps was because he didn't want to get tackled down the steps, because it's much better to be tackled when you're on flat ground than to be tackled down a flight of stairs. That's not really a flight of stairs, but you get what I'm saying.
I think Tiffany is, or Debbie, I should say, is my favorite character to listen to, especially in the later Debbie calls, because she doesn't seem to really be playing a character that much. She doesn't have to pretend to like Lauren or indulge him in his delusions and lies, she got the opportunity to tell him what I believe were her true thoughts and feelings. And for me, at least, she said everything that I would personally want to say to Lauren.
I fuck up regularly. You know, I make mistakes and do say the wrong things to people and make errors at work and judge people that I shouldn't, and etc., etc. But that's another level of kind of just general failures and errors in life, which is a difficult endeavor. But these people like him and Fowler, they just the mistakes, the things that they do is they're just creatures walking around acting upon impulse with no consideration for the implications of what they're doing on themselves or others. You know, that's what makes these people dangerous.
And what followed was a war between a community and Chris Hansen. Quite quickly, before anyone could even register what the hell was happening, Chris Hansen copyright striked almost every single video that in any way used, referenced anything Chris Hansen. Even videos that did not contain any footage that would be in any way considered his. Even small channels such as myself gone in an instant, just snap, gone. More channels were lost in this war than I can possibly ever name. One of the most well-known people to get hit is Baked Salmon. That's when bigger creators took notice and started fighting back against Chris Hansen. Although it has been said by Chris that these copyright strikes were done by Vincent Nicotra, I still find it highly unlikely that Chris had absolutely nothing to do with it. Absolutely 0%. At this moment in time, a fair number of creators did counter the strikes and claims and have their channels or videos back, but still a number of creators lost not just their videos but also their channels.
Chris Hansen, motherfucker, take a seat. I light a bloodstained cigarette, predator of predators, protector of the innocent. Chris Hansen.
Look how grainy that fucking graphic is. My God. Did you take that picture back in the 1950s or what? Fucking Jesus. You know, this is absolutely pathetic. And this is a guy that you actually have doing this. This whole website has been stolen, downloaded code, and then Vince has uploaded it and told you that it's his and he coded it.
No, the temperature in here right now is 32 degrees.
How come you don't fucking plan to wait for your dogs to be warm, idiot?
Because they have coats on.
life was good. Life was really good. And that was until my parents soon caught on to me and my brother's social media antics. And oh boy, they were losing their collective shit. Why is that? Well, they have been fear-mongered by a little segment off of Dateline NBC known as TCaP Predator. For those of you who are unaware and living under a Dwayne Johnson, which I highly doubt, TCaP Predator was a special off of Dateline NBC where it was a public service announcement to all American families across the nation the dangers of your children using the internet because of the influx and the new nationwide epidemic, which it wasn't white supremacists nor Islamic terrors, it was internet predators going through the internet, soliciting your children for sex or even
Another thing I want to mention tonight, and you probably heard that my former so-called web producer, I say that loosely because mostly what he produced in the end was chaos, confusion, and a distraction from our very important investigation and the sensitivity towards the victims in the investigation. Along the way, he thought it necessary to hit some YouTube streamers with copyright strikes. Now, he first did this this past summer, and he did it after explaining to me that it had to be done to protect the previous YouTube channel that I had. Subsequent to that, I realized that was not necessary. I asked him to revoke all the strikes he made then, and he did some of them. I don't know if he did all of them. I asked him never to do that again under any circumstances. He did about a month ago, and some channels were hit. I instructed him to withdraw the strikes again. This is one of the issues that I had with him and why he no longer works with me. But I want to make it very clear that now that I understand the ramifications, the motive behind it perhaps, I want to apologize to some of the people who were hit. Joey TCaP, Yap Yap, Wes, Baked Salmon, and any others who took a strike from my former so-called web producer. I apologize. If there are any issues lingering out there, let me know. I'll address it as best as I can.
Turns out he's a media director at his church, a volunteer position working with young teens. Sexually explicit online chat, all the more disturbing. Using the screen name Xavier01, he asks the girl if she's ever had an orgasm. Decoy says, I don't think so. Xavier01 says, good. Then he asks her, do you want to be on top or bottom?
I'm not sure. Which is best?
We'll have to see where you fit best, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I think I know.
Or we can do girly style.
But I made some sweet tea, so just make yourself a glass.
Well, I wanted to look at something. Oh, when he says pretty. Oh, he said pretty already. I missed it. Hold on.
She had blonde hair.
Do you like it? I dyed it by myself.
Okay, he's ready. She said, do you like it? And he's ready to answer. That's some quick thinking there, Lauren. You're ready to, yeah, he's did many syllables.
I think it's pretty.
Thank you.
Wow, that's so creepy. Just that.
I think it's pretty.
Again.
Dyed it by myself.
I think it's pretty.
Dyed it by myself.
I think it's pretty.
Thank you.
Very pretty.
Looks away. Everybody caught that. That's fucking bashful ass Lauren. Looks away.
She had blonde hair.
Do you like it? I dyed it by myself.
I think it's pretty.
He's fucking nervous as fuck. How often does Lauren get to tell a real live human girl that she's pretty. Or woman, for that matter. Never. Never, ever.
I don't want to see a live video feed of your dick. 13-year-old me definitely did not want to see a live video feed of a dick. And it's like, what is it going to do? Is it going to like change? I mean, they're either, you know, dicks kind of, they're either like, or in Lauren's case, you know, it's a dick. I don't understand why he thinks this is just this treasure to be shared with all the 13-year-olds of the world. Ugh.
I wonder where Dan is.
And smiling to yourself, that'll work, it's not gonna fucking work. Point your fingers up.
Shut up.
And wave them up.
Shut
and
up.
right under your ugly nose.
Shut up.
Fuck you.
Is Dan there? Is Dan there?
I just fucking told you he's not here. He probably cares less than you do.
Didn't you say he was supposed to be there today?
If you would have fucking called, then you would have had the update that he couldn't make it.
Right, Amanda? Like, now it's like Dan is all cool. Dan is not.
Dan
it's
couldn't
only
be
when
there
it's.
today?
You know,
Nobody could.
Is he coming tomorrow?
when.
Yeah.
I gotta back that up here, but it's only when it's in his favor that, you know, Dan is this cool person, and other than that, you know, when Lauren is on the prowl, shall we say, with his phone calls, he don't like Dan very much. We have heard that from other people's streams, definitely.
Stop.
9
Baby,
minutes
stop,
in and
please.
not a how are you.
Put a seat right over in that stool. Yes, sir. Now, what were you doing with your pants there when you were heading towards the door? Were you hiding something in your pants?
And he's really trying to think now, how's he going to explain himself? He's definitely locking the door, whipping his dick out. I'm trying to read his hat here. I can't really understand it. It looks like it's a fish. I plan no fish. Wait, I something no fish. I'm not sure.
No, very good. Look, I'll show you everything. Well, I don't need to see everything.
I will show you everything. I don't need to see everything. It's Chris is great when it comes to those kind of sexual jokes. He's fucking hilarious. And, you know, he's standing up there, I'll show you everything. At that point, it kind of sounded like, you know, I'm going to show you everything. I'm going to whip my dick out and show you. But what was he trying to show? What was he going to show him? As in, like, pull his pockets out? Yeah, I think so. But, you know, Chris hates it when the predators go near their pockets. He's always worried about weapons, guns, knives. In this case, his middle weapon, his third leg is a weapon. You know, there's always things to be worried about on Chris's behalf.
Well, just now my zipper came down. Excuse me.
And this smart guy, he's trying to be smart here.
Have you ever drove 2.5 hours down the I-95 and began to feel a little peckish?
Yeah.
Do you seem like a dirty and dishonest person to everyone you meet?
This chat seems like it.
Can you not find girls your own age?
No.
And are you 44 years old, wear terrible flannel shirts, have IBS, going slightly grey, and once worked in an insurance business?
Sure did.
Then come on down to Planet Pizza Fairfield, where you can enjoy the finest slices in Connecticut before you completely ruin your life.
I don't want to talk anymore.
With as little as 4,000 calories per slice. The only thing that you need to be apprehensive about is the whole sex thing. It's the only restaurant in town where the small pizzas are as nearly as big as the large. Our pizzas contain only the finest ingredients that are handcrafted with love and topped off with a sprinkle of pedophilia, guaranteed to make your date so anxious that the only PP she'll be needing tonight is the pepperoni pizza. Planet Pizza, where you just come to get something to eat. Did I mention that the smallest is nearly as big as the large?
Can I take some exception with the opportunist theory that you just described? I don't think I think it's more of a kind of a bottom feeder thing. I think he, in terms of the avoiding deception and all that stuff, he would save that for the minors. There's no question. But I think he was fishing with a pretty big wide net, and I think for the most part, most people, especially adults, would have just turned him off right there. And his game was really most effective for children, and I think he probably knew that. But I think that, again, that's the only thing he had left. That's kind of my opportunist theory.
I guess we could probably take some questions, but I really feel bad about, having done the whole show with video clips that based upon the way we got back on the air here cannot be played right now.
This was a very strange live stream. So Chris and Vince proceeded to go live and look over the evidence. They did a whole live stream, but it didn't show up because they were apparently hacked. Then the hacker just stopped and let them live stream right afterwards, but for some unknown reason, they can't show any clips or look into Ice Poseidon anymore. I tried to wrap my head around this episode many times, and it just doesn't make any sense, frankly. Right off the bat, Vince or Chris would have realized there was an issue because their live streams are chat orientated with constant audience feedback. They would have noticed an empty chat. Whatever. Let's just say I'm looking into this a little too much. Let's say some hacker did hack them and fooled them into doing a whole live show without anyone being able to see it. Why didn't they just go over the clips once the hack was resolved? See, no matter how you really look at this, it doesn't make sense. Don't worry though, in the end it's okay, because Hansen actually talked to Ice on the phone beforehand, and he got to the bottom of this, so we shouldn't worry at all.
Now let's try this with Lorne, since we pretty much know how he's going to react in almost every situation. Firstly, we have the death of his mother, which, as far as I know, she is still alive, but could happen at any time because death grip can come over us at any time. I can see this going into the unintentional positive change quadrant. He could start looking at his own life and realize that he's 50 and doesn't have too much time left, and maybe start righting some wrongs and doing some good. Sadly, however, this probably won't happen. He'll probably enter a deep depression, start drinking a lot more, and use the death of his mother as an excuse. And I think he would be dead within the year.
Want to? Yeah, if they're cool. I mean, they can't be creepy or whatever.
Well, Richard's already failed that test.
When do you turn 14? April? What?
It's kind of a turn on. Jesus, dude, so incriminating.
My B-day?
No, just thinking about doing something with a younger girl.
Oh, you want to add me?
You're on break?
Yes.
Cool. I'm horny right now.
Lol.
Tonight, in the heart of Cornville, in a sold-out arena, two brothers face off in a best-of-3 match to determine the first-ever champion of Cornville. let's go to Mark backstage, who's with Roy Armstrong. Thank you. I'm here with Roy Armstrong. Roy, what do you think of your opponent tonight?
Because he himself on his channel has flagged other people for using his own copyrighted material, forgetting the rules of fair use. Because when a number of channels called Chris Hansen out for failing to uphold the end of his own bargain when it came to subscription fees and new exclusive content, Chris Hansen and Vincent Nkotra, who is going to crop up a few more times in this video, decided because they're snowflakes to falsely copyright claim content. And while I'm willing to concede that it's possible Chris doesn't really understand the copyright system because he's a boomer and he thinks he owns the right to his face when it's on another channel, it is more than likely that it was Vincent Nkotra who was pulling the trigger on all of them in the first place, because we can't have dissenting opinions or critical thought about the actions of all of you top-tier level 100 boss intellectual muppets. By the way, the misuse of the copyright system on one particular channel called Baked Salmon, who received 13 takedown notices from Chris Hansen for what was undoubtedly fair use.
That was $1 fine. That never would have gotten paid. That never would have gotten paid. They would have had to garnish this man's wages until he died, essentially. And even then, they would have to, like, seize his assets after the fact. Like, after his death, they'd have to sail off the trailer of failure. They would have had to sell the truck and the van and literally everything this man owns to try to settle that debt. That never would have gotten paid. I mean, he can't even pay back the $30,000 he owes poor sweet Betty. I mean, thank God there are people like Clobbering Time and Ember out there who have gone ahead and made it possible for this woman to get this money back, some of this money back.
This guy's coming in.
Yeah, so he's just sauntering up to the exactly.
Go to Mark 3. Have him come towards you.
There we go. Well, another capture of the epic Predator look back of Maurice Wolin.
Hey, you made it. Come on back.
Yeah, come on back.
Good. How are you?
This man.
This decoy was great. Rochelle, this decoy, like, she has some epic lines where another Predator, she was all, I got a surprise for you. Like, this decoy was one of the more confident and assertive ones. I think it's funny.
48 years old, married, and a prominent San Francisco physician.
Yeah, so Maurice Wolin he was married, he had daughters, and not only was he a practicing medical doctor, he was a oncologist, so he had a specialty within the practice of medicine. He did cancer research, which must be an immensely difficult job. Like, the amount of chemistry and the amount of just science that you'd be doing in a position like that.
You know that you see that stack of papers he's got in front of him, you know that's everything you said.
Yeah.
Why even start
and
lying?
at the same time, okay, let's say he was being legit. Let's say he wasn't a pedophile. Why would you show up at the house unannounced? Young lady, stop talking to people like me. Have a good day. He just leaves.
Yeah,
like,
what?
You have to, I feel like if you're a pedophile and you're going to go meet these children, you have to have a good excuse in the back of your mind.
You got to have a plan. If I were him, I would go with the tutor route.
I would knock on the door. The second that kid answers, I just say, my car broke down up front. Mind if I use your phone? I mean, that's pretty bad, actually, because why not just use a cell phone? Battery's dead.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. But you have to have something better than, I'm concerned that she's talking to adults online, and that's why I'm here at your house unannounced.
Yeah, that's just a bad excuse.
We're doing a little bit of what's that? Cloverfield found footage. We're just gonna shake the camera around a little bit.
It's a good angle. There's a lot going on there.
My home phone? Why is that?
So we can call you about your vehicle.
You know what?
So we can call you about your vehicle.
I won't be there.
Well, you will be eventually. We need a home phone.
That's one of my.
You will be
favorite
eventually.
parts. Yeah, you dumb shit. I won't be there. Oh, we didn't realize you were right here in front of us. Sorry. Wow.
Oh, my bad.
It's my first day on the job. give me some slack.
419.
He's hesitant because he doesn't want his wife answering whatever phone call she's about to get. He thinks he's gonna go. Jay's another guy who thinks he's gonna go home.
You think he's gonna walk?
Yeah.
I don't know how you think you're gonna walk after something like this.
A lot of people have spoken about the possibility that Lauren is into scat or coprophilia, and like I'm the belief that Lauren might be. I'm not a psychologist, but this is just me expressing my random Lauren opinions. I'm just being honest. So, Lauren seems to be really open to suggestion when dealing with his catfish's sexual proclivities. Like, while Lauren may not always be, familiar at first with, or like the originator of his catfish's sexual desires, or even if it's just like they might be joking about something like really outrageous, like Lauren is legit down to clown.
No iced tea?
Oh, how you doing, sir?
Good. How much have a seat?
Look how short he is. What the is his shirt long or is his pants short? Like, his pants are right here, if I'm not mistaken. Like, so that means his body's like this long. Are you fucking kidding me? This chair is like literally more than half of this man. And Chris is just like, sit your little ass down, man. Like, 'cause look at this juxtaposition. Like, this is very straightforward, and like, this will tell you who's in charge, like who's running the show off rip, unless this motherfucker has some crazy ass deep voice, but he doesn't. So
say you were going to come over here and blaze. What's the lighter for?
I smoke cigarettes. They're in my car.
You can't be saying in the text that you about to go over and do something and start saying you a soulmate and all that shit, and then come over and start acting like you're not gonna do nothing to him. That's bullshit. Oh, I smoke marijuana. I smoke marijuana. Do you blaze? You're my soulmate, but I'm still gonna come over to your house and shit real quick just to meet you, and I'm gonna make up a bullshit ass lie to Chris Hansen and say that I'm just over there checking if everything's okay because I'm not gonna do anything with her.
Again,
Lying
you see
ass
how this
motherfucker.
looks.
I know how it looks.
Well,
The licking and pulling in the lips is something that so many of these predators do. I can only imagine the dry mouth and just the nerves that are going on in these guys. Wow.
and Victor, how old are you?
I'm 49.
49.
Now let's see if that matches up with Perverted Justice real quick, the age he gave Chris just now. Okay, I'll go with it.
And you were here to see Beth.
Right.
And how old is Beth?
I'm guessing she's older than 12.
Ooh, guessing she's older than 12. When the fourth message in the chat was 12. Wow. Just asking if you're 12 or an adult acting as 12. I already said 12. Ooh, wow.
But if you're put in this position of a predator, you might as well lie and make it easier on yourselves. Say that you're something like a prestigious high school teacher instead of like a Lyft driver. You can literally be anything to a 12-year-old, and you really don't have to prove yourself. But I guess I really shouldn't be giving tips on how to be a predator, should I?
The chat is graphic. At one point, the decoy said something about, what would be really hot, strip down your underwear in the garage and walk in. Canali says in the chat.
There he is in all of his glory. Can't believe I just said that. Imagine having to be the editor of this episode of To Catch a Predator. And just having to individually move the blur of his literal ass. I don't know how that works exactly. I'm not even good in the editing software that I use to make videos. Obviously, you've seen the videos. But yeah, imagine having that job. Also, how do I sign up for it?
I'm being honest.
First question. Did you ever sell any of my wrestling DVDs?
No, sir.
Alright. Do you keep the money you raised to get me out of jail?
No. I'm being honest with you, sir.
Doesn't look like it to me. Say goodbye to your police friend. Get up nice and close, Robert. Now you better fess up, boy. What'd you do with that money?
I grabbed a few things. Ropes and knives and Emulex and a few DVDs and 2 pairs of shoes and some hand moisturizer or KY jelly. I don't know which it is.
Kayla. Hi, honey.
My little baby girl.
I want to kiss.
Where am I?
You sound so sweet.
Are you nervous about talking to me? Kayla. Kayla. Kayla.
A lot more upbeat.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Nothing much. Listen, I made us some drinks, so why don't you pour me some?
Fucking Dan, though. And that's why I love Dan so much, is that line right there. Like, I don't find it, as super funny as I used to, but when I first heard that, I laughed my ass off. I made us some drinks. Why don't you pour me some? Like, the fucking balls on this kid. Like, he has no fucks to give. He don't care. He's just all out there with it. I made us some drinks. Why don't you pour me some?
It turns out, Diary, I had nothing to worry about with regard to Lauren. He messaged me in the morning, perhaps when he woke up, but I had already left for school. And then it looks like he left another one about an hour or so before I got home tonight. After dinner, I was able to get back on Yahoo, and Lauren was already online. Within 3 minutes, he sent me a request to view his cam, and there he was. Naked. Again. While I appreciate his ability to be so open with me, I do find it just a little weird to chat with him for a lengthy period of time, now 2 nights in a row, while he has not a stitch of clothing on. However, this is only our second time chatting. I'm sure it's just a fluke. It's not like he'll want to chat with me naked every night, right?
And the moment you've all been waiting for. Once again, there is not a single video that rose to the top, but 2. It was a tough decision, but it was decided a Silver Sammy would be awarded to a young man who brought a decidedly thoughtful approach to the lore analysis. He, like so many others, is pitifully lacking in subscribers, so you folks know what to do. The Silver Sammy recipient is... I'm sorta kinda bored. And now the last man standing. We have the envelope here. The suspense is building. Your 2020 Golden Sammy recipient. Right after these messages.
Oh, he didn't. Yes, he did. We'll be right back.
He's here! My mystery date!
Mystery date. Are you ready for your mystery date? Don't be late. It could be great. Open the door for your mystery date.
It's Mystery Date, the thrilling new Milton Bradley game of romance and mystery that's just for you. And you. And you. And you. Mystery Date. Will you be ready for swimming? Or a dance? When you open the door, will your mystery date be a dream? Or a dud?
Oh.
Fun and surprises. That's Mystery Date. Remember, Milton Bradley makes the best games in the world. So, girls,
open the door for your mystery date.
Get Mystery Date.
Okay, I guess people don't go for those American Idol-style cliffhanger commercial breaks. There is a literal torch-wielding mob outside the studio right now. I read you loud and clear, okay? The winner of the Golden Sammy is... Floppy Jimmie! Please enjoy this masterpiece from 2020, and we will see you next year.
Hello, everybody. Today, we're in Murphy, Texas, and we're on the search for Bigfoot. But this ain't no ordinary Bigfoot. This is a hybrid species that's only found around here in Murphy. Truly one of a kind. I'm talking about the Bigfoot Predator. This beast is able to access internet chat rooms and solicit underage children. We need to track this animal down and make Murphy safe again. Luckily, we're working with Chris Hansen and Perverted Justice, true professionals in the predator field. And with our combined capabilities, maybe, just maybe, we can take down this super predator. This is Murphy, Texas. If you look back towards the tree line, you can see the sting house where Chris and the gang are staked out. There are countless sightings of the Bigfoot Predator in this area. He's known to travel down this particular path that leads straight down to the sting house. It's been 10 long years I've been looking for this sick son bitch, and today's gonna be the day that I hook him by the balls. We're a part of the Mid-American Bigfoot Research Group. We've been on the hunt for this asshole for years. We've come loaded with headlamps, plenty of night vision gear, and these bowl things that no one can seem to figure out what the fuck they do. My name's Matthew Sturbate, and you might be wondering what information we've got so far. So this is what we know about the Bigfoot Predator. He's a large dumb primate, hairy except for his head, and has big feet. He has ape-like features and below average intelligence. This fucker stands about 8 foot tall, and we can't figure out how or where he is able to access the internet. But with my team, we have all the resources to put a stop to this super predator once and for all.
We
So what we've done is covered the whole area with pipe bombs. Just slip the explosives right in, give it a little tuck, and it's ready to blow. We've covered it in bark, and I've got this stick to place it right up in the tree to blend in. So if he scrapes his melon on it, boom! I know you're out here. These fucking things, man, they don't even fucking work. What'd you say? Nothing, fucker. Hey, Willie, do that little sex call that you do. Yeah. You know, he did shit himself, but the call normally works and the beast would come running if horny enough. But I'll tell you what, them calls do take a little bit of energy and force. Sometimes it is hard to hold it in, but y'all leak a little bit. You fucking stank, but I've seen it before. Occasionally it works. Will you go change, you animal? Fucking kidding me. Your daddy. So right here we found some pubes. I don't know if Willie is fucking with me again, but I'll give it the taste test when we get back to the laboratory. Willie, what the fuck are you doing? Check it out, Matt. Look how fucking bouncy this motherfucker is. Come on, man, will you cut that shit out? We're looking for the Bigfoot Predator. I'm serious. I've never been so fucking serious. Look how floppy this thing is. You can push it down and it springs right back up. You act like you haven't seen a Woody before, you orange shirt Wallace built looking motherfucker. So what the fuck? Fucking Willie. Let me see this fucking thing. What the fuck are we doing? Chester's about to whip up some Kool-Aid, and Willie, you just want to jerk this fucking tree off? Come on, man, let's go get some fucking Kool-Aid out back. I'm parched, man. I don't know what we're waiting for. Oh, yeah, right here. So I fucked up, man. I forgot the sugar. But this is a little trick that Frag taught me to make the best Kool-Aid. If you look right here, and right here, and right here, you'll notice that this is a breeding ground for natural sugars. So if we just pour the mix in right here, it'll absorb all the sugars. Okay. Whatever you say, Chester, but if I don't get a drink in the next 2 fucking minutes, I'm gonna freak the fuck out, motherfucker. Why are you putting your hand up? Come on, man, stop fucking with me. Let's mix this shit up. And the ceremony begins. Yeah, just mix it up just like that. Oh, yeah, baby, snap it on there. So Matt's a little pissed right now because we didn't make any Kool-Aid, but what we did do is find direct evidence that the Bigfoot Predator is nearby, and he's on the exact path leading up to the Sing House, okay? So this is my foot, and this is his foot, and you can tell by the pinky toe alone that it's much, much bigger. And Matt, honestly, I don't understand why you let Willie hang around. He just fucks off and he smells like shit, man. I've been busting my ass, so let's fix this shit, okay? He smells like shit too, Chester. But it's alright, we're still gonna find this fucking bitch. This ends tonight. Max, you gotta get down here, man. I think we got him. Chester, stay where you are. I'm on my way. He's out here. He's right over here. Look, he's right there. Oh my god.
So Matt, did you guys capture the same animal from the iconic Patterson film from 1967?
I think so, man. Check this out. If you line up the footage side by side, you can see the similarities. And look at this. The same pose. They have the same walk. So, yes, I'm gonna say we did catch the same animal.
Does it feel good to know that Murphy is safe again because of you?
Mm-hmm.
extra special thanks to my patrons who helped make 2020 so much better than it would have been.
Dummy Data, Kelp Pill, TechRec71, Cat G, Wes Most, Michael's TCaP channel, M1A, Ramiro-san, TCaP Recipes, Gram, Aerodo, Dr. K, Joey's TCaP channel, Uriel Gray, Moody Booty, Nathan Ramon, The Lorne Identity, Rhoda's Chewed Tootsie, I'm Just Being Honest, Saul, Patrick TCaP Ireland, Mr. E, Julie, C&J Dev, After Supper Biscuit, Cowl Lady, Lizard American, Lyle Lanley 99, Aaron Elijah, Dick Humwell, Noel, That's Thing One, a guy named Kevin, Sprinkle Cake, Burnout Cold, One of Those Weirdos, Patty Woodward, Watch It Burn, and the Chiquita banana in my TCaP fruit bowl, Gooey Hoo.
Thanks again to everyone who watches, subscribes, comments. We'll see you next time. Bye.